Now, moving on to the winter wave. So as a quick refresher, we're looking at the biobot data, and we're looking at the start of each of the waves, specifically the winter wave here. And we're also looking at the end of the winter wave so that we can get the duration of the wave, as well as looking at the time from start to peak. So when we look at the start of the winter wave, it's progressively getting later and later in the year. And then correspondingly, the wave is ending slightly later in the year, the next year. Interestingly, however, the duration of these waves are holding pretty constant, with the peak of the winter wave happening at almost the same exact time every single year, right around the holidays. So despite the winter wave starting later and later every year, it's still peaking at approximately the same exact time every year during this end of the year, start of the new year period. Visually, what does this look like? So unlike the summer wave, where the summer wave is continually increasing in length, and then also the peak is shifting out, the winter wave is holding pretty steady, peaking at approximately the same time each year, and lasting to about the same time as well, more give or take. So the big question I had is, when is this winter wave going to start? So as we saw on the table, the start time of the wave is happening later and later each year. So I wanted to see the lag and see how this is changing. So from the first wave to the second wave, there's 27 days between them, and then from the second winter wave to the third winter wave, there's 13 days between them, which is about half the period from the previous year. So if this holds true, I just decided to half again, so my estimate is 7 days after November 2nd, so the estimated start time of this wave is November 9th. And then looking back to the estimated end of the summer wave, that's at November 14th. And this is when it would be peaking for that summer wave. So the big question in my mind is, what's going to happen if we're peaking from one wave at the same time we're starting the next one? Well, when I think of colliding waves, it makes me think of constructive interference, which is what happens when you have two light waves crashing into one another. So we could think of this as the outgoing summer wave and the ingoing winter wave. And what happens when you have two colliding waves is that they stack, they get larger. So if you had like a low wave from the summer and then a low wave from the winter, these would add together and you would have a much larger total value in the height and the concentration of COVID for that wave, that combined period of time, which is what is really making me nervous about this.